What's up, guys? Here is another tutorial for this trending top. This top is very lovely. The magic, let me say, the magic inside this top is just the underbust. As you can see, the underbust is snatched. So let's just dive into the tutorial. Yes, this is my lines, my bust line. That's my chest line anyway. So you still see that as the chest line as we go on. So don't forget, you have to fold your fabric into two. Fold it. You are folding it because of the neckline. So first of all, you measure your bust to bust measurement all through, from your bust to your waist to your length of the fabric. That's your hip line. So from the bust line, that's the chest line, come down by 1 inches. That will be our bust line. So I just drew my bust line. The very first one up there is the chest line. Then that's the bust line. So from there, I connect my 3.5 inches from my bust to bust measurement. I connect it together all through down. So from the waistline, I come inside, I come in by 1/2 inches, I come out by 1.5 inches. That's how I'm supposed to do on the underbust, because we are snatching the underbust. But if you see what I did here, I did not do the underbust. I did not snatch the underbust. It will give another design, but as we are going on, you will see what I'm trying to say. I'll still snatch it. So the same thing, you did it on your hip line. That's the length of your fabric, 1/2 inches in, 1.5 inches in. So you connect it all through. That is our dart. Don't forget to fold your fabric. So now from your line, from your shoulder line, you come down by 1 inches for your shoulder slope. Then your leg line, I come in by 3.5, then connect it for your shoulder slope 1 inches. The remaining, I get the middle of that line, then come up by 1 inches for that line, then connect it. I'm trying to give the shoulder a dart so that it soon be bulgy. I'm trying to snatch that shoulder area. It will not give me one funny shape. So that side will be the dart. I'm going to cut through that side to give me a firm fitting. So I'm cutting all through. I'll be cutting all through that process also. Don't forget to fold your fabric. Now onto where I said, so I cancelled it. Then I go in again by 1.5 on my underbust. Then go out by 0.5. Go in from the outside, I go out to by 1.5. This is where the magic of the fabric is. So I will connect to my bust line to give me that curve, that bust curve. As you can see, I'm trying to connect my fabric. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be so glad if you can do so. So then I connect my lines together to give me that curve. So after doing that, then I'll now start measuring my normal measurements. So I measure my bust divided by 4. I measured it. Then my waistline, I measured it, divided by 4. Then I added the 2 inches I used for the dart. That's 1.5 plus 1, 0.5 inches. That's 2 inches. I added it to my waist measurement. The same thing I did with my hip line. So I added it all through. I didn't add any allowance here. I just measure it all through. So look at it. So I'm trying to connect it all together. So I connect it. Look at it. It's coming out lovely. Don't forget to fold your fabric. So I'm trying to get my shoulder slope, my shoulder curve rather, sorry. Look at it. So I connect it for me to be able to cut out that my shoulder. Then at the hip line, I come out by 1 inches again to give me that effective curve on that hip. If you check the clothes, it's not sharp, it's curve. To give me that effect, so I come out by 1 inch, then I connect it back to the waistline. Then I come up by 1 inches to give me a very sharp cuff edge at the edge of the fabric. So that is how it's going to be. So I'm tracing now. Don't forget I folded my fabric, so I want to go to the neckline now. So whatever I do on the other side, I do it on this side, I'll do it on the other side. So I'm tracing it out so that it will show on the other side. I trace the shoulder line, so I'll just connect the line I just traced just now. So that is what I'm just trying to do. Then I connect it all through together. Don't forget to fold the fabric, it's very important. Then I trace my line, my shoulder line. I traced it out also. That's what you see me doing. I traced down my shoulder, so I'm going to connect that my shoulder line again. Sorry for my camera. So you can see it now. I want to start cutting the neckline. So on this side, I come in by 1 inches from where my shoulder slope starts. Then on the other side, I come in by 1/2 inches. Then I want the neck to be just 8 inches. At a point, I change my measurement again. I changed it to at first it was 1.5, so I changed it to 1 inches. So look at, I don't want this thing to be straight. I want it to be curved. If you want your own to be straight, you can leave it. Don't do what I'm doing here. You can just leave it. So I just come at the middle of it, I just curve this thing. Then from that edge, from the edge of my line, I will connect to my 1/2 inches on the other shoulder slope that I just did. I come out to by 1/2 inches on the shoulder also, and on the shoulder on the other side. So I'm trying to connect. So look at what we got here. Look at what we got here. If you don't want that slope on that shoulder line, don't bother to stress yourself. Leave the straight line like that. So I'm trying to cut it out to give us that neckline style. So look at it. So our neckline is coming out nicely. So now I'm going to cut all through. I'm going to cut it all through. So I'm cutting my lines for me to get the bust darts. Yeah, now I'll go to the bust darts. So just watch whatever I'm doing. Just follow along what you see that I'm doing. Just follow it. You will definitely get it. So I'm cutting the lines. So as you can see, that is what we got. So now on my bust line, I come down by 1.5 inches. So I connect it to my bust, to that my 3.5. To that my 3.5. So that will be where my bust that will be. So I'm trying to cut all through. So that's what we got there. So I'll cut the other lines too to get my shoulder. I'm cutting it all through to avoid shoulder bulb. Yes, that's what we see here. So look at what we got. Look at it. Look at how nicely it's becoming. So look at it. Very nice. So now that my bust that, so I'm going to cut it all through. Then I'll place it on. I'm going to cut it all through. Then place it on it. Sellotape it. So that's how I will cut this particular one. So we have eliminated any bulgy issue that we want to come up on that bust. So that is what we just did just now. So look at the front part. Look at it. Look at how it is. So that is what we will be using. So then for the for the design under, so I'm going to bring out my fabric again, place it on another fabric from the waist, place it on another fabric from the waist. Look at it, my other fabric, I place it look at it, I place it from the waist, then I pin it all through down. So we want to get that design on that part. So I extend my lines, my dart line all through down. So from that my dart line here, I come down by 4 inches. I come down by 5 inches. Then go out by 1.5 inches, as you can see. I go out by 1.5 inches. Then from my dart on that waistline, I connect it together with that my 1.5 that I just connect outside. Look at what I'm trying to do. I will show you, you see what I'm, look at it there. So I'll come, then on the other side, I'll go directly to the edge of my fabric on the other side. Look at what I just did just now. So this is how the other parts will be. Then this other side, if you want it sharp, you can want it sharp. If you want it curve, you can leave it like that. So look at what I did. I just connect my ruler, I made it curve. Then if you want it sharp, that was what I did there. So but my own, I'll be cutting the curved one. So I just place my French curve from my waist, then I curved it all through to the down parts. Because if you check the front, we are having 2 designs at the front. So I'm trying to tape it down for you guys to get it very well. So look at it. Then I'll cut all through. So that will be for our front parts. You can see it's coming out nicely. So I cut it out all through. That will be for our front part. Then the other side, I cut it out all through. Just check whatever I'm doing for you to be able to understand very well. So I cut it all through. So I cut that will be the opening. If you check that the top very well, there is an opening in front, so that will be the opening. So it will give us a curved area and a curved and a sharp edge. So this is what we got. This is what we actually got. Before we go to the back side, please guys, subscribe to my channel. Just please and please subscribe, like and share. Send to your friends that love fashions also. Thank you so much for doing that. So as we are going, so I'm just trying to cut out my lines wherever you should. So look at the front part now. Look at the front. So it's coming out like so. Look at the down part there. I'm still going to show us very well. So now the back part. The back part also, don't forget, fold your fabric into 2. So the way I did the other side too, I did the same thing on the neckline. When you turn your fabric, it will be, so the asymmetric neckline will be on the other side from the back. So that is what I'm trying to do. The one I did on the left side, I did it on the right side here at the back panel. So look at it. I did the same thing I did on the neckline. For the front, I did the same thing at the back. So look at what I just did. I just traced that my shoulder slope. I traced it, the one in front, I traced it to the back. So now, we are going to get all through to the back part. That back also, the zip is not straight. This zip is not at the center. This zip is at the side of the dress, not at the center. It's at the side. So take note of that also. So I'm trying to mark my dart also 3.5. Then I connect it together. I connect it together 3.5. Then I connect it together with my neckline at the back. If you can see, is not straight. Is somehow bending. So I come in by half inches, come out by half inches also. So I'm going to connect it to that my neckline. Just connect it to my neckline. So it will be like very one slopey, something like that. So it's becoming one slopey somehow, as you can see. So then from there, I'll start measuring my normal measurement, the bust, what I did on the front part. I do the same thing at the back part. So don't forget the dart that I took. I'll put it back also in my measurement, so that I will not have a shortage of fabric. So then whatsoever I did on the hip part also, I'll do the same thing. Hip part on the front panel, I'll do the same thing on the back. So I'm trying to get through all the neckline. I'm trying to measure the neckline. So I will now trace it. It will now reflect on the other side. Look at what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. So the trace that I just did, it's reflected on the other side. So I'm trying to get my shoulder cuff. Don't worry, I'll show you very well on this fabric. And look at the back. Look at how lovely it is. Don't forget, the back do not have a straight zip. The zip is at the side. So this place that I did my dart, that is where I'm going to put my zip. This particular dart where I did this dart at the back, that's where my zip will be. So I'm trying to cut out my fabric, my pattern, rather. So I cut it out, the shoulder slope. Then I also did my bust that come down by 1 inch, connect it all through. The way I did for the front, I did the same thing at the back also. So I cut it all through. Then I cut out my darts. Look at it, as you can see. Look at it. So I'm cutting it out. Yes. So I cut it out all through to give me a perfect fitting. So I open it up. Look at how it looks like when I open it up. Then I cut out the neckline. Then close my bust that the way I did for my front. I did it at the back also. So I've done that. Then I'll cut all through straight. So my dart will be on the other side. So that is the front and the back panel. So use the front to trace the shoulder, to trace the shoulder to shoulder, so that you not have issue when joining it together. So that's the left side, the center, the right. Just measure it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm so glad.